I told Mario that they got the mountain built before we could get a rendering done.
I saw it come through on the emails and I was laughing.
There's a few things in here that I mean, obviously we're throwing it together pretty quick.
You're right. I think it's 9 o'clock. We opened up at 5 a.m. Wednesday. We closed southbound and an additional lane northbound Wednesday night at 9 p.m. and then open everything up Thursday at 5 a.m. Then we close northbound Thursday night. Open that up 6 a.m. Friday. Then the bridge beams are set. And we start working on the deck. So that's what's going on next week.
When you say close, you mean close all lanes?
Close all lanes, sir. Push them up on the service drive and then right back down. That's 9 mile and then right back down. But it's all overnight work.
And we do have boards up here that show the closure and also a rendering of what the bridge is going to look like when it's done, and like a plan view of the laneage, which is basically the same as
capacity as well. So should be better drainage conditions out there as well after this initial improvement. But also the bridge being lengthened out the way it is obviously feeding out for a longer term improvement. Rob and Lori can talk a little more about that.
Yeah, MDOT, which you're probably already aware of, is undertaking a study for the I-75 corridor, and obviously one of the locations we're looking at is how to fix this curve. And like Scott said, one of the reasons why we built a longer bridge was so that we could come back in the future and excavate out, without removing the bridge, room for additional lane, as well as correcting any kind of curvature issues that we're having out there. And so, I mean, that's a longer term thing that we're planning for, but right now we took that into consideration when we designed the bridge.
So fundamentally, the project's going to be set up in 2 sections. Right now, obviously the bridge replacement, which is fundamentally the most important. The bridge was knocked out. We're going to replace the bridge, have that bridge back in service by the end of the calendar year. Then come in the spring, what we're going to start working on the reconstruction of 75 is between Breckenridge, I can't remember the other street, 2 local streets, but it's right in the...
Just north
and south of 9 Mile. We're going to come in there and reconstruct in that area, make the improvements that Scott referred to. And right now we're looking at probably starting when the weather breaks. We can't obviously pave in the winter. So we're going to start most likely in April with a completion of that in July. Then, to address your concerns, ma'am, then most likely the resurfacing of the service drives would begin after the freeway's done, and then we can maintain mobility through the area. So, a project that essentially will have 2 significantly different stages. One currently underway, be done by the end of the month, by the end of December. One that will start in April and will be done.
Standards just change continually, and the standards back in the 60s had a much lower underclearance under bridges that go over I-75.
Okay, so that's all you're concerned about, is getting under the bridge?
Yeah.
Because it's a full replacement.
Yeah.
You have to abide by the current standard.
Okay.
If you go out and fix an existing bridge, but you don't replace it, you just do major rehab. But when you replace the bridge, then you have to come up to the current standards, and that's part of the reason.
Then how far to the bridge, each side of the bridge, do you have to go? Do you have to lower the bed to accommodate this? Not the entire route of I-75.
No.
No.
It's only about a half a mile that we're reconstructing, so it's
Okay.
you know, quarter of a mile north, maybe a quarter mile south.
Are you going with concrete or asphalt?
On the reconstructed road.
Walls does not parallel the freeway anymore. The reason for that is those are actually aligned with that future project that we've been talking about. And that's exactly what that future project does, is it uses retaining walls, or you know, will use retaining walls to take up that embankment and smooth out that curve a little bit.
What hours are you working on it currently?
Round the clock.
Yeah, 50 mile an hour zone.
I think you guys are strictly concentrating on the bridge, aren't you?
Well, right now we are.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the speed limit won't change. The advisory speed limit will stay. You know, I think it's 50. Yeah. So we just need people to drive the 50.
Well, we got warrants out there with driver's license.